What's up, everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades, and this time, I'm gonna mix things up maybe just a little bit here. I think we'll stick with the Broken Spear Point, which I would like to manage to rank all the way up to rank 3, because I think this has a lot of potential. But, I'm gonna swap our weapon around a little bit, since we've been going for a while now with the bow and arrow, and it seems like we haven't used the sword in a very long time.
You wish to meet your Uncle Zeus someday? Imagine me with a luxurious white mane without a modicum of self-control. That's your Zeus.
I mean, in that image,
At least Zeus is helping.
you actually kind of do have a white beard. Maybe it's just the lighting, but it seems a little strange to point that out.
My crusty elder brother Hades must have tried to poison you against us lot. I can imagine it clear as water, nephew. I'm proud that you've resisted his undoubtedly most twisted words.
Alright, what do we have here? Not sure we've had much of Poseidon's normal attack upgrade that bounces people back.
Better.
So let's give it a shot. Oop. Yeah, this is awfully framey for some reason. We might have been having that issue to a certain extent
Brimstones.
in our last video, and I'm not 100% sure as to why that might be. And it's suddenly more of a thing. Did we just prevent that guy from attacking us mid-charge? Yeah, like that. That was alarming. Okay. I did see somewhere that the developers were saying they were looking to do a patch sometime in the near future. I mean, I don't know if it's actually the game itself, or if I am, in fact, the one at fault here, and I'm doing something to be messing it up. But yeah, I mean, look at this. This has happened again there, where we just have brief moments in which we're not getting any frames. Which, depending on when exactly that happens, could be significant, could maybe not be significant. It's at the end of the room. Okay, not a huge deal, it's not like anything is gonna jump out and attack us. But if it's in the middle of the fight, then things start to get tricky. That's, I mean, it's happening basically in every room here. At the end of each room.
Die.
If it doesn't do it any other time, and I think that is, albeit annoying, but not so catastrophic that we can't successfully do the run. Ow. That, however, is problematic. If it turns out that, upon every time we get hit, we freeze up for a few seconds, or half a second, and then we get hit by more things, and then that becomes an issue.
Poseidon sorted out already, My boastful brother gets on with Lord Hades even worse than I. So let me put a little spark into his storms for you.
And we can go aid, but I would rather avoid a normal aid. I mean, this is 2 booms in a row where we're getting mostly just normal stuff. Is a little unfortunate. Special or cast? I think let's go for cast.
Thunder and lightning.
Now, like there happened again. I wonder. Feels like it was. This started happening right around the same time that we. Ow. It was painful from our character's perspective, getting hit, but also, again, these little brief freezes are physically paining me now. We haven't had a Chaos Gate yet. Might do that.
Should be useful.
I know this is a mini boss, but I think I'd like to pick up a boom. But yeah, it seems as though this freezy stuff has started happening right now. Another bad scenario, another bad time at which to get frozen up a little bit. But yeah, it seems as though it started happening right around the same time that we began using this trinket. This keepsake, I should say. Which does make me wonder if maybe that has something to do with it. I have no idea. I'm totally speculating now. Also, getting used to, not having a ranged ability for the first time in a very long time. Not only are we no longer using the bow, we're using the shortest range weapon, sword.
Ah, my kin. I sensed fresh bloodshed from you recently, the real kind. For you have slain the living near the surface, have you not? Mere vermin, yes, but good enough for me.
Okay, dash with Blade Rift or the aid. I know this is epic, but we did pass up on one, maybe even two. I forget if Poseidon also offered us an aid, but some low rarity aids that I wasn't too keen on taking. So this might be a good opportunity to make sure that we get one at least before first boss fight.
It's me or them.
So I would like to take the
Hit me.
the epic option, but we'll settle. Played a little bit safe given how we passed up on a few opportunities earlier.
When I conceived the world and the immortal son of Hades, I did not expect you would be standing here before me now.
Okay. Every time we special take damage, but then special deals more damage. Take damage from traps, but afterward we get a lot of attack damage. I like that.
If that is your desire, you shall follow it.
These are mini bosses, technically. Little armored dudes. I suspect probably more than just you. Easier to do the wall slams for sure. That's an issue. We get some frame drops there. Yeah, I'll see if I can figure something out before we do our next video, just to make sure. Make sure that nothing is up, because this seems rather striking.
Something I can use.
How dramatic this is at the moment. I mean, it is playable, yes, but somewhat questionable. It's getting close.
Clear for now. That's better.
I mean, if, for example, in a boss fight,
Better.
we have it acting up like that, then we could very likely be in trouble. Okay. I think we go this route. Talk to our friend Sisyphus.
Hey, quick question, Sisyphus. You seen the other Fury sisters lately?
Not seen the other Fury sisters in some time now that you mention it. Just Megara, the kindly one. And she is quite a handful on her own. I'll keep an eye out for the other two.
Thank you. Okay, what would we like from Sisyphus? We don't need any healing because we just got a healing chamber. Could take coins, could take darkness. Let's take the coins.
Say no more.
Thank you, mate.
I swear. One of these days, it's gonna work. It is gonna work. Eventually.
You can do this.
Guys make pretty funny sounds when they get taken out. Ooh. I'm only now realizing for some reason. Ooh, you are not done. Ow! And again, Those freezes, I'm seeing them too.
Delicious.
So that it is happening within the game. That's not the recording itself getting messed up. So that's what I'm talking about, where it potentially gets tricky there. I think we go with the
I accept this
Paul.
gift.
Remember that our normal attack will get additional
have a look
damage
here.
soon, so maybe that is reason to deliberately target as many normal attack damage improvements as we can, so I would argue that we made a mistake there. Alright, this would have been a great opportunity to have a lot of coins saved up, because this is exactly the shop that I have been, I guess, alluding to, you could say, when I've said in the past that saving up for multiple upgrades in one shop could be very beneficial, because these would be 3 great improvements to have on our run that normally would take 3 separate rooms, but if you have enough coins to do it, then get 3 for 1.
I'll take it.
So we'll take the big one. Plus, her third attack is a thrust. I'm not sure I realized that. I think I prefer that to this. I think it's a little bit different, a little more interesting. I don't think we've seen it before. And now we have the
Fury
boss
sister
fight.
coming up.
Oh,
Let's hear it.
sure.
Please, I'm not a murderer. You don't have to do this.
Yeah, so we were talking about this a little bit in the last episode, but it is actually kind of interesting how you could make the case that despite having fought a bazillion enemies down here, because they are all already dead, or technically maybe not a murderer. Ow. But this is a problem that I was worried we might face, was if we started to get the frames dropping in here, and suddenly that becomes much more difficult to counteract, play around. Ooh, that is supposed to happen. Although our keepsake may help on that front, giving us the ability to block damage for a little bit. Ow. I do think she's the most difficult of the Fury Sisters. Especially as her arena gets smaller. Like, now? Okay, well that one, I just couldn't even react to anything by the time she started attacking, so that's kind of the situation I was describing. There we go. For good measure. Finish her off with that. That was actually, I think, one of our best runs against her,
Darkness.
despite the dropping frames issues.
It seems the Fury failed to do her job.
I mean, we could see if swapping the keepsake does anything. I would kind of like to at least do 5 more encounters before we do that, though, so that we at least get it up to rank 3 before doing so. I think we don't need any of that stuff.
Heading up.
I haven't been keeping a very close eye on whether there have been any of the coin urns over there. I don't think we found any yet, and at times that has been a somewhat significant source of income for us. It does make you wonder if we maybe afforded something additional at the shop we were talking about earlier. Possible? I don't know, that maybe would have been a big ask, though. We may... Okay. normally you can run across that lava here quick without taking damage. Granted, I didn't dash, which maybe that's just on me. For whatever reason, it didn't really occur to me, but with the knockback effect on the sword, you can knock people into the lava relatively reliably.
You know who keeps me awful busy, Curse? Ares. Nothing like a good old war amongst the mortals to quick demand for lots and lots of messages to go around.
No. Again, not a lot of luck on the rarity side of things. But I think, as we were saying earlier, that improving our normal attack as much as possible is preferred. Oh, there was. Gems? Sure. We're looking good from a life perspective. You just pick up some additional damage. That would have been amazing if we'd been able to blow everyone up in there. I have no idea what just happened. So if you know, then I'd love to hear. Because your guess is as good as mine.
Who is going to clean all this up?
There.
Okay. And we've gone a little while without really picking up any gems at all. I think we got 5 earlier in this run, but we might have done several runs in the past in which we got basically none at all. So I think that will be really helpful for us to get a pretty sizable amount from that pro right there. These guys in particular, I think, are very easy. Again, don't know what happened. They are easy to knock into the lava. Okay, that one was on me.
Just getting warmed up.
If we could not do it, that'd be great, except you did run away. Oh, and I, for some reason, thought we could destroy that projectile with an attack, which apparently, unlike other projectiles, you cannot do with these waves. That is also something that, for some reason, I had not discovered as of yet. Yeah, definitely not great. Ooh. Don't see those too often. Take a quick peek as to whether there's anything else in here that I have neglected. I don't think so. So let's definitely do this for the double boom. I think it's early enough that this shouldn't be too dangerous. I mean, see if I eat my words on that one. There it is. Okay. Also, these are just blowy uppy things. Okay. So yeah, straight to here. Do we have a preference? We have Ares' call. We have a special from Zeus that we haven't really used just yet. I think there are more synergies with Zeus than there are with Ares, so in case we happen to get one of those, let's go this route. This? Is this type of thing we took? But okay, these are the synergies I was talking about, though. Where you can also get Jolt added to your existing lightning stuff.
Thunder time.
Ares isn't going to be happy, though. That's okay.
For war shall come to you no matter what, as I shall presently reveal.
That is expected.
Looks like I angered him.
Ow. That was silly. That was also silly. Alright, I would love if you didn't appear directly on top of the enemies I'm trying to fight, because I don't have range this time. You guys want to jump in there? Also not where I want to stand. Stay right there. But not right there. Ew. Alright, also not great at the moment. We're taking an awful lot of damage. What would Ares say if we used his call in this scenario? I wonder. I mean, this hurts.
Barely got through.
Alright, yeah, that's kind of true.
I think that we are squared away for now. Though do not test my patience further.
Alright, was it worth it? After you take damage, inflict doom, your blade rift effects last longer and pull foes in. So our call would pull foes in. That's intriguing.
Violence.
It's also kind of a synergy, which I did not really anticipate. Unfortunately, not so sure that we can afford to go this way when we have such low HP. Granted, we do have 2 resurrections, but I don't think that's something we really want to be relying on happening in Asphodel. That being said, if we go to the shop, we're not going to be able to afford very much, so this might be a quick trip in gears, but we shall see.
Kieran's shop.
Fortunately, we can do that. If there were a money earn, we could then afford the life upgrade. Also, just generally give us 25 more life to work with, but I think we'll have to settle for this.
Cheers, mate.
And let's upgrade the aid.
They must have lots of these upon Olympus.
And we hope these mini-bosses are not so bad. But
Barge of death again, huh?
this is not going to end well. We had that
Coin there.
in the last room, and we would have been much better off. Thanks for jumping into that. Thank you me for jumping into that. Oh, okay. I mean, you immediately attacked there. Okay, saw you through it, but I didn't see where. Really use some of the explosives right about now. Don't like you. Nor do I like you. Ooh, bad timing there. Is that the end? Oh, we cut that one close.
I've been waiting for a special moment to confess my great appreciation for your deeds. This moment's special enough, isn't it?
Let us see.
She's offering an
Ooh.
exchange.
That's an exchange for our normal attack. And you could make the case for it, but I see some other epic things that we do not have any current boons for, so it wouldn't require getting rid of anything. So I think the dash damage plus weak is really strong. And it has its defensive perks, because it makes nearby enemies deal less damage, and we could use something like that right about now. Uh-oh. Got it by something there. I mean, not being able to see everything certainly makes that a little tricky, and our lack of range also doesn't help. I see that. Where do we go? Somewhere where we can take you guys out. Like those back, please. Good. Bring those back. Be awesome. Thank you. You almost got me there. Uh-oh. I don't like quantity of enemies here. Got it there too. You're definitely one hit. Well, maybe 2 hits from death. Yep. Pretty sure that missed everyone. That makes me a little nervous standing there. Love to get one of our casts back. Thank you for giving me one of said casts back. Ooh. There's our rank up, and don't ask me how we survived that. I thought I heard something. Might have been a troll. Sounds a little terrifying. No shot. Okay. That sounds more useful. Right about now. Chaos, I think we'd have to pass on, given the amount of life that we have. Can we afford to do this? Probably not, given our low HP, but let's just verify what comes next. We could maybe... Oh. What's that? Oh! It was the cast coming back and scared the bejesus out of me, because I was like, oh, we have 5 HP right now? Is there an enemy that I didn't realize was still here? There's a chance that this upcoming room may have free life in it, but I'm not sure that at this stage we would even fully restore what life we have, given just how low we are. So I think we go this route, given our low point total. Hope that this does restore some life, and that it's not just a max life upgrade, but I think it's going to be just a max life upgrade in anticipation of fighting against that guy. Special earns no. Okay, I still don't love this right now.
I see you grew your heads back.
Come on. To be fair, I'm only seeing one at the moment. Oh, yep. Didn't know where it was there as things froze up a little bit. Fortunately, got you to get your armor down. Okay. Ooh, I wanted to pick up the cast, but then things kind of froze on me there. There we go. You come back now. Now you're going to be very angry with me. Okay. Next phase. There we go. Still don't have any casts at the moment, which is a little unfortunate. See those coming? Don't know what happened. Was going to take out one of those little guys there, but apparently not. You get a cast back. I'd like to get that back too. Another head. I don't think you're gonna have that many of those to throw at me. That up along the way. And you have a greater call as well. It is about to be a good time to use. may have wanted to save it for the next phase. I mean, no, it's not over here. And unfortunately, yeah, did not last long enough to use against these heads. Useful as that might have been. Got 2 heads down pretty early, which I think is very helpful. Go. More down. I don't know what I hit there. Getting some big crits as well. Is also helpful. Oh, got you. I didn't realize we had a cast on you. Apparently we do. Already up to the rate of call. Going to save that for right now. Once you're down. Thank you. There we go. Not bad. We managed to avoid death, right?
Enough.
Okay. Yeah. We didn't die. Somehow. And we'll get re-healed over here. It was looking pretty dire for a while there, but this should maybe not get us all the way, but most of the way. Full HP. Okay, now that this has fully ranked up, let's try swapping to something else and see if, for whatever reason, this keepsake happens to be doing some strange stuff that's making the game laggy. I mean, again, I don't have any great reason to believe why that would be the case. It just so happens that it seems as though things started to get a little worse performance-wise once we started to use it, so correlation, maybe not causation. And we'll just go with something solid.
Should help.
Like, Nyx's shawl. I think we'll pass on that. We don't necessarily need it immediately. And I don't think we've gone up against Theseus, or the Minotaur for that matter, with the sword. I thought I just heard chaos. I did. Okay. We're willing to take that risk on chaos instead of maybe taking a life rune in Elysium? It is pushing it.
I can take it.
Because enemies are definitely tougher in here. A lot more potential to take additional damage, and you are giving yourself those debuffs, and you have to be careful.
In the name of Hades.
We'll bear that in mind, like, something that makes us take damage when we use our attack is probably not a great idea. Are we willing to go castless in order to give us more ability to cast in the future? I think that might be our best option at this stage. I'll have to remind myself of that, but forget if we've picked up any keys yet this run, but I think with one more key we would unlock the next weapon. For that reason, let's go with that one. I'm not sure if we've ever been to Elysium at all with the sword. It's been that long since we last used it. And that's making me realize that those, crap guys are going to be a little trickier with the sword than they've been with any other enemy. Because, or with any other weapon, I should say. Because our range is comparatively, so small. Oh, that was sad. I did not think that we were going to need to do that. I did deliberately trigger A there because I knew we were going into an area where I thought we were going to take some damage. But, hoping it would last long enough to take care of the enemy before we, had to call end, and obviously that happening. I think we go with the hammer. Because that has probably been one of the biggest improvements we've had on this run. Ow. Is that the extra crit has been pretty great. This guy is also showing us how to do it. How not to do it. We are on very low HP. Now we did just get one of our Death Defiances to trigger. So, ow. Wish we didn't have to do this here, but I think we did. And there's going to be more, I'm sure. These guys are going to be tricky as well, with less range. Trying to stick away from the range, guys, but that is easier said than done. Especially when they are aiming at your head. That's something, at least. Not gonna last this whole time, though. That was close. Yeah, we did get rid of you. And we get rid of you, though. Come on. No, don't hide over there. That was a great job escaping. Oh. Oh.
Let's see what I can do with this
Okay.
sword.
I think, again, we build off of our normal attack here.
Feels lighter than before.
Long time ago we had this skill. Ooh, I was gonna say, this might be the only type of trove that I would consider doing here. I mean, if we were to do it, we would definitely not make it through without dying. Now we have 3 HP at the moment. So maybe there is a way of immediately getting life without being at risk of taking damage, and I think the shop would be said opportunity. So I think we actually skip the trove in order to hopefully at least delay when we need to have that last Death Defiance trigger. So this is what we're looking for certain, and then, oh how I wish we had one more source
Must have slept.
coin so we could also get this. We're gonna fall just short. But
Pleasure doing
do what we have to
business.
do. Oh, right, we put on Nix's shawl, so this is actually life. Forgot about that. That's... I retook it. Okay. So, we could save up for future shops, but I think at this point, we need to keep it really simple and just get straightforward upgrades. Okay, again, the frames disappearing at very inopportune times. That one was on me. Forgot we do have that little bit of range. Deliberately trying to go this way where they might get hit by those attacks. Or maybe conveniently dash through that stuff right as they would have gotten hit. Hit you. Could also potentially knock you back into them. It's gonna be more though. Potentially the little ones. That little bit of range does, I think, make the shielded guys much easier to take care of. Now we can at least get them a little bit while we're somewhat attacking from a safe distance. To the extent that they don't immediately make me take that back. 1 second, please. Okay, not a terrible room.
In the name of Hades.
That could certainly be useful, given how we could definitely use some more life. I think we take that.
That's Godspeed, all right.
Also happens to be the rarest of the options, so also decent option for that reason. Any choices? I would like to avoid the mini-boss for sure. Yeah. In which case, I think we go this way. may mean, ow, avoiding the Minotaur, which I think is absolutely worth it. Ow. And again, I can't see what's happening. It is really hard to do anything. And we are just taking exorbitant amounts of damage. Because basically all those guys blew up on us, including that one. I mean, we can pass, but I'm not sure how else we can, avoid taking that damage. Oh, I walked straight into that. That one's on me. But, this is not a great room for us. I am quickly realizing. Who is doing that? You. Stop that.
A curse of chaos has expired.
Okay, that is something. I already forget what that is supposed to do. Oh. See you. And now we would have enough coins to maybe do something more meaningful at a shop. Granted, have a shop. Save up for a shop, or try to immediately get upgraded. I mean, not in very good shape in either case. Whoa! Guys came in quickly. Really hoping one of you guys was fault spreading to that. That time you did. Almost got both there. Ooh, did not quite get you. Did get you there. Ooh. Anyone there? Sort of. Hoping that will blow up on you and finish you off. It will not. Did get you there, though. Ooh, I did not realize you were there either. Come get me. That is a very bad place for you to stand. From here? No. Ooh, can't see anything. And that hurt. Butterflies hurt as well. I can't see anything. You are about to respawn, but we at least stop that. You're about to attack me. Who is left? You. Ooh. You almost regenerated. Hold up. Yikes.
The thing to know about this family, dearest, is that each of us, we have our little quirks. Although we always stick together, and our love for one another perseveres.
We shall see. Oh!
Here, little Hades. Seems to me that you have company. Well, I'll just leave the two of you alone. My lips are sealed tighter than a warship hull.
Oh, feel free to stay, Poseidon. I was just explaining what an idiot you are, though you're able to articulate this best. Anyway, dearest, what was I on about?
Ouch. Any palms of power you find are more effective. So, I mean, this would be really useful for earlier on in the run, because then you can deliberately target palms of power from then onward. Those are the usual upgrades. So, I mean, we'll definitely take it. I'm just not so confident, not so sure how much we'll be able to do with it. I mean, frankly, there is palm of power immediately afterward, but this does stand out to me as a potential problem. So, I mean, we can sell stuff. That's not immediately going to help us. What we would really like be the ability to buy a little life restoration. It's not an option, so who knows? We may never get the chance to see the... Oh no, we are not going to get the chance to see the benefits of this one because these guys are going to finish us off. Because, well, there's very little we can do to take these guys out. We do not have the range. I mean, I can cast to a certain extent to get rid of them, but, oh, the dash, too? Dash, I think, is actually the way to do it. Still tricky, though. And that was the wrong time to try to do that. That was also probably the wrong... Well, maybe not the wrong time to do that. Wrong time. Try to dash there. Uh-oh. Someone's targeting us. It's you. I'm not going to be able to take you out in time. No choice but to do this. We are going to die in this room. Yep. Well, I mean, it was not pretty. And that was kind of the case at various points throughout the run. Really the theme.
Just have to try again.
And, I mean, it would have been great to have had the opportunity to test out that dual boon a little bit more. I mean, to test it out at all.
Welcome to the House of Hades, where death is our life.
That's a nice ring to it.
Back already? I'm truly sorry that he's troubled you again, Cerberus. I know how much you value resting here, and yet I have no better means to bar the entry to our realm than you.
I thought you'd figured out by now that guilting me into abandoning my quest won't work. You're the one who should feel guilty forcing Cerberus to block my path.
What would you know of it? Cerberus cannot be forced to do anything. He simply understands he has responsibilities.
And there it is again.
Yeah, trying to suggest I don't fulfill my
How you
responsibilities.
holding up, boy? Eating well lately? All three mouths full and happy?
Oh.
Each terrifying maw of the infernal watchdog Cerberus responds affirmatively, one after the next, as if to reassure the ever-doubting prince.
Oh. Cerberus is definitely the best.
Achilles, sir. Within the Codex, you'd written something about someone with whom you shared your life. When you were flesh and blood.
Totally read that and did not just come up with that out of thin air, even though it may have updated itself in the back of my codex somewhere that I've never dusted off.
Ah, that is a private matter for me, lad. From a time I had convinced myself the Codex would be for my own eyes alone. My past is not really worth mentioning. And I'm presently on duty, so begging your pardon, please.
Oh, of course, sir.
I don't actually know what Achilles' duties in here are. I mean, you do a great job of standing here and, on occasion, disappearing from said post. So, I mean, yeah, maybe he doesn't do a great job of standing there on second thought. So, yeah.
Hi, Prince. I fed Cerberus already. All 3 heads.
Thank you. Noticing Cerberus was well fed. Okay, Mr. Contractor, looks like you have something of note for us. And, ooh, 2 rounds of bedroom decor. We were talking about this earlier, but I think this is particularly notable at the moment.
The fated list of minor prophecies. That sounds somewhat exciting, I suppose.
You requisition that useless bit of parchment.
Oh. Oh. Have not seen this ever before, and it would finally give us a reason to use these diamonds that we're also collecting dust in our pockets.
I'd say our court musician suffered quite enough. Besides, I miss his cheerful disposition.
Oh, hello.
Hello indeed.
What is it do you think that shall achieve?
Oh. This also looks cool. I mean, we were kind of running out of purposes for using the nectars, because it seems like, for the most part, we've given those to everyone who will give us keepsakes at this point. Would cost us all of our diamonds, but as I was just saying, we haven't had anything to use them for in the past, so take that option.
Improved upon my father's name. Not like he's paying any heed.
What is it that you're on about?
Oh, what is this? Underworld renovations. Collecting keys also gives you, what is that? Fated authority. Oh! Fleeting chance to randomly alter the reward for the next chamber. That is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the final of the upgrades at the mirror is an option that gives you the ability to switch around some of the rewards, so this is another way of being able to get that ability. Now, I wonder, here's a little more bedroom decor. Could this also give us more options afterward that are more directly beneficial to our runs?
Here you go. Should make a nice enough addition to my chambers.
What are you doing to this house?
Oh. Oh! The lounge? The one that's locked? Is this actually how you unlock it? Not that far away. Could probably get that in one run. I don't know if this does anything, but if it also starts to unlock other more useful things, then maybe we'll throw a little more gems at this just to see, even if it gets us a little further away from being able to afford this.
Let's go with this. How about a moody blue color of some sort for the drapery there?
It was perfectly acceptable before.
Yeah, that is the case. Collecting gems also gives you coins. Okay, yeah, it seems like that's sort of the theme, is now that collecting certain type of you know what they're called, thing of value that has sort of outstayed its welcome in some cases. I mean, we do still have those major upgrades at the bottom of our mirror to unlock using keys, and we do still have the one of the weapons as well. So there is still more to use the fated keys to do, but maybe it was more so the case with the nectars that it was kind of losing value on the runs, and it seemed like it didn't make a lot of sense to target those rooms anymore, so helps give us more incentive to pursue those going forward. So I like that. I am glad that we ultimately did end up making some of those purchases.
Darkness guide you, child.
Solid. Solid advice.
Hey, that must be the fated list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back, room. Did you miss me?
Okay. Let's take a look at our upgrades first, and then we'll do that. Because, well, at the moment, could do Boiling Blood, but this would mean that we would not have the ability to pick up extra keys. Yeah, or rather, not have the ability to unlock the weapon in the next room is what I meant to say. Would be, what, one off? One off. Yeah, let's do this, as we are stockpiling a fair bit of darkness at the moment, so I think we can put that to use. So this makes us deal more damage when we have hit an enemy with a cast, and I was thinking about how that would be helpful for us to basically, I can imagine using that on bosses where you just throw a quick cast at them at the beginning, and then, for the, I mean, not the rest of the fight, but for the next several attacks you make, you're going to have 50% increased damage, and that's basically one fairly powerful boon, equivalent thereof, so seems solid.
Looking good.
Now, check this. You? Right.
Some new decor.
Okay, we have several options here. Let's do this first.
A beautifully decorated, subtly enchanted ball containing traces of the hapless prince's past attempts to flee the underworld now accents a particularly cluttered corner of his room.
Always wanted my own scrying pool.
Nice. This looks like it might do a little bit more, given how it has the exclamation point.
The fated list of minor prophecies.
Son of the god of the dead shall someday meet the rulers of Olympus. Oh! So these are like little mini quests, side quests. We complete them, then we can get additional bonuses. The son of the god of the dead shall someday meet the rulers of the underworld. This is other people that are not gods. Get some keys out of it.
Prophecy has been fulfilled.
Nice. The god of the dead shall someday reveal a portion of the underworld codex entrusted to him. Need to unlock 50 pages of the codex. We've done that, apparently.
Prophecy fulfilled.
Cool. I think we're about to get a ton of stuff here. Is there no escape? The son of the god of the dead shall someday break free from the realm in which he was born. And we kind of did that, but not in its entirety. Apparently that's good enough, though. Oh no. Okay, then. Although it's here, we cannot claim it. So yeah, that's not enough. We do presumably need to finish that fight at the end. Oh. Okay, you need to take one of each type of boon from each of the gods. And you see here, we have lots of stuff from Athena, lots of stuff from Zeus, not a lot from Poseidon, which does seem pretty accurate. We, for whatever reason, seem not to find him very often. Tidy, fair amount, surprising amount that we haven't taken from Ares. Likewise, Artemis. Hermes a little better shape, and doing pretty well with Dionysus. Some more of that? Ooh, this looks very powerful, because that's the reward that we've gotten from defeating Theseus and Minotaur. Son of the god of the dead shall someday earn the various duo boons. Okay, yeah. We've only seen a few of them. I'm not sure there are many ways to directly target that. That's a little tough. Son of the dead shall someday acquire each of the ancient weapons. I mean, we probably could. Our new found keys. Finish this one momentarily. Son of the god of the dead someday acquire each of the dataless enchantments. Ah, so get each of the hammer upgrades for each of the weapons, it looks like. Someday equip various keepsakes. Okay. We just need to put them on. We just click on every keepsake for a second, then immediately get this reward. Otherwise, okay. Or Titan Blood, which is another thing of value that we have not yet determined how to spend. Someday slay each of the various wardens guarding key underworld chambers. Huh. So these are types of enemies that we just haven't encountered? Oh, they're the mini-bosses. That's what they are. These are all the mini-bosses. And we, particularly in the more difficult zones, we have definitely avoided mini-boss rooms. So that doesn't surprise me that much that, particularly at the end of the list, we have a bunch of question marks. So I bet that means that in the Temple of Styx, we probably haven't fought any, or very few. Might still have one in Elysium as well. Okay. I think that's good. That gives us another thing to target on our runs, so I'm glad that we have alternative objectives.
Been here the whole time.
And let's unlock this.
There we go. Hexagriff, the rail of adamant. Annihilate all who oppose me.
Get anything good?
What?
Got to reload this thing.
Need to reload. Huh. That would... attacks on R? I think so. Just the cast is the standard one. Nothing new there. And then Q. Okay. What does bombard mean? Oh. Pretty slow, and does do more damage than one single attack. I mean, the single attacks are only doing 20 damage, which is actually not very much at all. But, this does the equivalent of... Oh, is that more than we had before? Oh, maybe it was because of that guy. This should do 60. Yeah, so the equivalent of 3 attacks in a larger area, but a little bit slow. Okay. Okay. Not sure. I mean, we'll test it out, I'm sure. But, seems like it is pretty different.
I'm ready.
From the other weapons. Alright, so I know there were some, I guess you could call them, technical issues in that last run, but we did still make it at least a fair ways into Elysium, and after we got back, managed to make quite a few upgrades, so there may be a lot of things for us to investigate, there we go, going forward, including that new weapon that we just picked up, so that'll be fun to check some of that stuff out, but that's going to wrap things up for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.